I am a hardcore Gleek because Glee is great. I'm really nervous to film this video. I don't know why. So I went to New York. My New York vlogs are available on my channel, so if you haven't seen them, do check them out. I had an amazing time. I saw 5 shows. There's some Broadway stars in them. It's just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed my vlogs, so go and check them out. But before I went on holiday, right, so I'm not a very technically inclined person. It's really not something that I excel in at all. The fact I managed to upload videos to YouTube is quite a big deal, but I have an Amazon Prime account and I once tried to watch a video on Amazon Prime and it was like, you're gonna have to download something, and I was like, I don't really know how to do that, so I just didn't use it. And then one day I had like a week off work and I was like, do you know what, I'm just gonna try and download this Amazon Prime thing, get myself some new videos to watch, you know. I go on Amazon Prime and you literally just press play. So this whole time I've been stopping myself from having this wonderful spread of new films and TV shows to watch. So the first thing I searched for was Glee. I am a hardcore Gleek. I remember watching the first episode. I watched the Glee Project. I was once convinced that I was gonna be in Glee. After watching the Glee Project, I was like, I'm gonna be on the Glee Project season 3 and I'm gonna be in Glee. I applied, I sent off emails and didn't work that way. No one ever got back to me. So yeah, so I was never in Glee. So sad. I went to go and see Glee live on my own at the O2 Centre. I think I was 18 at the time. Either 17 or 18. I think I was possibly 18. And I was sat in really bad seats, like up at the top, and I was like, I'm gonna move forward. So I moved forward a little bit to some empty seats. And this lady and a literal 7-year-old sat next to me. We were really enjoying chatting to each other and the show started, and I was like, leave me alone, I need to focus on Glee. I had like a foam finger in the shape of an L, like, yeah! It was like I was at a rock concert, but for Glee. I just really loved Glee. And I have to say, like everybody, everyone's like, Glee got a bit rubbish. It did. It was sad. I loved Glee. It was my dream show. It had everyone I loved in it. This was when I was still relatively new in the whole musical theatre work. No, that's a lie. But like, I didn't have any friends and it was such a big thing for me that I could watch the people that I heard on cast recordings in a TV show, like Leah Michelle, Jonathan Groff. This was when Spring Awakening was like hardcore my favourite musical. And like Idina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth, Matthew Morrison, all these people that I loved from Broadway in this TV show, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then it just got a bit crap. When they moved to New York and after Corey died, it just went really sour. I found it really hard to watch, so I just stopped bothering. Like, this was back in the day before Netflix and everything, so you had to find a stream online, not very technically inclined. So I was just like, it's just not worth the stress. A confession right here, I've actually never watched Glee to the end. But when I heard about Amazon Prime, because Glee is on Netflix in America but not Netflix in the UK, so I went over to Amazon Prime and I was like, oh my god, Glee is here. Ah! So I started watching it and I was having a great time and sharing that on my Instagram, and Instagram really replied. I got literally like, I would have said over 100 messages like, oh my god Amy, please do a video on Glee. And I've had lots of people tell me that they have started watching Glee again because of how much I was putting it on my Instagram. Wow, 6 minutes in and I've still not even started talking about Glee yet. So I thought today I would just talk about Glee because you know what? Glee's amazing. I started writing down some of my thoughts while I was watching Glee and I thought I would share those thoughts with you because Glee is great. Okay, right, let's start with Rachel Berry. People diss Rachel Berry so much, but no offense or anything, she was the most talented person in the TV show, I think. So I feel like people are really gonna come for me on this. It's just an opinion though. I say Rachel Berry, obviously I mean Leah Michelle. So a lot of issues that people have with Glee is that it sounded really auto-tuned, and I think it did in like the later seasons. I personally don't think it does in the first few seasons, but I think that Leah Michelle never sounds auto-tuned. I think it's super duper rare that you find it because she is just an amazing performer. Like, yeah, she is so annoying sometimes, but it's because she's so true to that character. As someone who was a Rachel Berry, I get it. She says some stuff and I'm like, that is so cringe, Rachel, and I'm like, but also, sister, I got your back because that's me too. I was Rachel Berry, you know? I was the Rachel Berry of my school and my college So I've got to appreciate her. And I'm sorry, but she is so talented. Like, she just wiped the floor with everybody. There were people in that company who were very, very talented, but I think she was the most consistent throughout the whole series of like just being really talented. She was a great dancer, great singer, great actress. Rachel Berry, tick. She smashed Finn. My darling Corey Monteith. So I wrote down that really he couldn't sing, act or dance very well across all three. Hold off being angry. About to say something. I love Corey Monteith with all of my heart and I cried massively when he died and I need you to know that I love him. Just keep listening, please. In like the first series specifically, I think he's quite bad, but he gets so much better. Like you can tell that he put in so much work into his craft and he worked really, really hard. And I love that because I love Finn. I think he's so adorable, but he really wasn't great in the first season. But God bless him. Right, so Quinn, Diana Agron. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. She's a beautiful woman. But really, other than that, I never liked Quinn. I thought she was whiny and annoying. They always gave her the really boring songs as well. I don't know if it was her voice or the songs that they gave her, but it was always so wispy and like... ugh. I was never a fan of Quinn. Lucy Caboosey I can't think of a rhyme. Go away. Santana. What would we say? Santana? I'm gonna say Santana. Ugh. I want to say Santana, but anyway. Santana, that bitch was a queen. I have to say, like I think she is actually super talented as well because, yep, she's a great dancer, but she also has such an amazing voice. And I just think she's really engaging to watch. I think that she was really, really, really good in Glee. She was brilliant. I loved her. I loved how sassy she was. Mercedes, also a legend. Amber Riley, I adore her. I saw her in Dreamgirls and I thought she was incredible. I said when I came out, I was like, it's like listening to a CD. Like she is just always note perfect. She is fantastic. I love her as well in Glee. Like, I just think that she was a great character and Amber Riley played her fantastically. And I just loved her. Okay, here is an unpopular opinion. Mike Chang. His dancing, although very technically skillful, made me feel really uncomfortable. He used to do this thing where he'd like detach his body from his head, or he'd be like... can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know why I'm attempting it. But you do all this popping and locking that was like technically incredible. It used to make my skin crawl. I'd be sat there like, please stop, please. Didn't love it. I love Matthew Morrison. I think he's a very talented man. But Will Schuester was awful. He was just awful. When he used to rap, literally I get a shiver through me. I found him so creepy and horrible. Like, I don't think he's a nice guy. Everyone's like, oh, Will Schuster's so nice. No, he's not. Creepy. And he had creepy ideas for the Glee Club. Like, when they did Rocky Horror, he's like, I'm gonna play this role. Oh, what part was he gonna play? He's gonna play Rocky, right? Where he has to, like, seduce one of the kids? I'm like, Will Schuster, you would definitely be written up for this. And in the first season, when he sings, young teacher, the subject of schoolgirl fantasy. And he's like, guys, like, don't be attracted to me. And then he's there like grinding on them at every opportunity. Like when they did Umbrella and he's there like panting and rubbing himself up and down all with the kids. And I'm like, if you were in school, you'd definitely be fired. Just saying. I didn't like Will Schuester and I put that on my Instagram. Some people were like, yes, sister, and some people were like, excuse me, what? No, creepy. He was creepy. Leah Michele made every single song better. You'd be like listening to a song and then Leah Michele would come forward and she'd just belt over the top and I'm like, yes, queen, thank you. Especially a lot of like the group numbers in the first couple of seasons, I think. They're all doing the group numbers and then she'd step up to the front. She'd do this thing where she'd go into herself before coming out. She's an icon. And she just made everything better. She did. The boys in Glee. I have to say, I much prefer the girls in Glee overall. I think over all of the seasons, the girls are always better than the boys. Jesse St. James, Jonathan Groff. Blaine Anderson, Darren Criss. Incredible. I'm not including those two heavenly men in my list of boys. I just think that the teenage boys in Glee, they didn't quite smash it. Like, they didn't smash as hard as the girls. Like, the girls came in and they were like, boom, we're here to perform. And the boys were like, meh. Apart from Jessie St. James and Blaine Anderson, please. Those two, not to be dramatic, but I'd die for them. Now then, Kurt. I need to talk to you about Kurt because Chris Colfer is a lovely person. I've seen him be interviewed many a time, and every time I think, what a sweetheart. He's lovely. He writes children's books now. I love that. What a sweet, sweet baby. He had a wonderful vibrato, but I could not stand his voice. I loved his voice when he sang in like a register, but when he did the high stuff and the soprano stuff, like, it's impressive that you can hit those notes, hon. Sometimes it's like, just because you can doesn't mean you should, you know? I don't know, it wasn't it for me. And also, this is a very like bitchy comment on my end. It always looked like he had no teeth, so he'd do this thing and he'd sing that was like, go back and watch the videos, it's like he doesn't have teeth when he sings. I don't know if if it's his technique or his teeth are just really small. But it was something I watched every time I watched Glee. I was like, where are his teeth? I want to see more teeth. Show me your teeth. Show me your teeth. Talking about Lady Gaga, the Lady Gaga episode was incredible. Oh, it was brilliant, right? I loved when Glee did the like performer specific episodes, like the Madonna one, the Fleetwood Mac one, the Rocky Horror one, the Britney one. I loved them. I loved them. Talking about Britney, I loved Britney. I thought she was great, like an incredible dancer. She was an insane dancer, but I think a lot of her lines were really, really funny, but she did them all on the same line in this like little whisper, like, dolphins are just gay sharks. It has the potential to be so funny, but because it's all in this one line, you kind of don't hear it. I think that's what they were going for, and I think that was the intention, but I always found it really hard to like enjoy Britney for everything that she was, because she could have been so much more, I think. Just a personal opinion though. Obviously, kids, these are just my opinions. This is just like a stream of consciousness of me watching Glee and loving Glee. Oh my god, the Warblers. So I need to talk about the Warblers because they were always my favourite thing about Glee. I loved the Warbler album. I love A Man in a Blazer. I love all male vocal groups. The Warblers like really came to shine, and they did. They smashed it. I loved the Warblers. When I saw Glee live, that was when I really came to life. I mean, I was standing up, I was singing along with them. I was living my best life. I think the Warblers should have had a spin-off show. It would have been amazing. They were just the best. Like I was saying about auto-tune stuff, I think that the people who came from like a more traditional background tended to sound always a lot better, to be honest, like Matthew Morrison, Darren Criss, Leah Michelle, Kristen Chenoweth, Neil Patrick Harris. These people who came from Broadway to be in the show, and they sounded incredible every single time. I don't know, it just reignited my love for Broadway. Oh, I just love musicals. They're the best. I just want to talk through some of my fave performances from Glee. Like a Prayer. I remember the first time I heard it, I actually heard a recording of it before the episode came out, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard. I love Madonna anyway, especially Like a Prayer, my favourite Madonna song. And then it's just like epic, and Amber Riley is there belting her face off. The whole thing just comes together beautifully. I think it's amazing. Raise Your Glass. Right, my favourite bit is when they all go off into the line. He's like, so raise your glass if you are wrong in all the right ways. And Blaine like jumps out the out the line. Love it. Yep, Don't Stop Believing the second time around. The first time around, very lacking. Second time around, yes please. Oh my god, Born This Way. I had a t-shirt that said can't sing. I was like, this is so funny because I actually can sing. So funny. I'll put a picture of it here. This is me wearing my I can't sing t-shirt. Oh, what was I wearing? I was like 18 at the time. Awkward. No wonder I had no friends or a boyfriend. Wait, I still don't. Do you know what is such an iconic moment of Glee? When Quinn gives birth and they make her do it to Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, I just want to know who came up with that idea. They're all sat around the writing table and then someone's like, right, so Quinn is giving birth and is it Vocal Adrenaline or singing Bohemian Rhapsody? Let's whack them together when she's going. It's when she's going, let me go, let me go. It's so weird. Can you imagine, like, right, so Diana, you're gonna come in, you're gonna be giving birth, but I want you to sing Bohemian Rhapsody while you give birth. I think that's like prime Glee moment. Glee when it was weird but not too who, because it went a bit weird, you know? There were some real weird moments. And you know what I also love? The way that you can like suspend disbelief, because they're like, right, we're gonna get up and just sing. We actually haven't shown it to anyone or rehearsed it at school, but like, you know the song, Don't You Piano Man? Piano Man's always there, love that. But also, the fact that they've like always got a harpist in the Glee room. It's like, yeah, we can't get any funding, but we actually have a band that are just always paid and always ready to go, always playing. They know all of the songs. I just love it. I love it when they're like, this is such an impromptu performance, and then there's a harpist playing. I'm like, what the hell? I need to just come back to Will Schuester before we go. Right, Will Schuester in the second series to Emma, you know when she's got a new boyfriend and he starts like being dead creepy? I don't like that. I don't like Will Schuester. And people are like, no, he's so sexy, he's so cool. Really? He is not cool, especially in the second series when he's really, really creepy to Emma. I just don't like it. It made me upset and I was sad about it. And then also, they had a song, when they did Like a Virgin, and they had Finn and Rachel and Emma all losing their virginities, and they had them all singing the song together, and I thought it was really weird. Watching it back as an adult, I was like, this is so creepy. A lot of Glee was like very tongue-in-cheek and very like, but I think that's why it was so good. Like, if it had been too on the nose, like, it wouldn't have been as successful as it was, because like, it's a bit of a niche thing in it, like a Glee club. And although I've said lots of different opinions in this video, I still love Glee. I could talk about it for days on end. Literally, whenever somebody wants to talk to me about Glee, I'm like, sit down, get a cup of tea, let's have a chat. I got lots of opinions. I filmed this video for 35 minutes, and here I am. I love Glee. Oh, it's so good. Right, I want to know your opinions on Glee. Do you know what else I loved? Smash. If you want to hear some opinions about Smash, let me know and I'll do a video on it. I only got to like the beginning of season 3 in my Amazon Prime watching, so there is a lot more content to discuss as I continue to watch. So if you want another Glee video, definitely let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I want to talk to you in the comments about Glee. Glee's for life. I love you lots. Bye.